What is up, fitness kings and queens? I'm back, and like every video, I do apologize for the delay. Obviously life gets in the way and things happened, and it's been 3 weeks. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below of the last video I did 3 weeks ago with my friend Shanice. We were reviewing the Think High protein bar, but I'm back. And today I want to talk about Apple Watches. So if you follow me on Instagram, I put up a poll a few weeks ago asking if people suggested that I get the Apple Watch Series 3 versus the Apple Watch Series 6. The 6 just came out, I want to say a few weeks ago. And I did decide to go with the Apple Watch Series 3. So I wanted to discuss some of the perks of having the Apple Watch Series 3 in 2020. The Apple Watch, the Series 3 came out in about 2016, 2017, I want to say. So it is an older model, but I did my research. I listened to you guys on Instagram, and based off of the polls and my research, I did decide to go with the 3 for about 2 weeks now. So I just want to give you guys my personal review, what I think of the Series 3, and if it's worth buying it in 2020. So I was gonna do this big like unboxing of it, but I got really excited when it came in the mail. I also ordered it off of Amazon, and I'll also leave that link in the description below, so you know exactly where you can get it from for the same price that I got it for. But I'll at least show you. So it came in a box like this. I save all my Apple products boxes. I'm not sure why. I'm pretty sure I still have my MacBook box as well as my iPhone box, but anyway, it comes in this long box here. Inside, it basically just gave you super basic instructions, how to use the watch. It actually gave you an extension band. So I have smaller wrists, so it was cool. I didn't need any extensions, but if you do have bigger wrists, they do give you an extension so that you can make the watch longer. What else? The charger, obviously. But this is what it does look like when you first get it. But let's get into some of my thoughts with the watch. So before I get into some of the things that I do love about the watch, I'll talk about what I wanted in a smartwatch. So I've had smartwatches before. I've had Fitbits. I had a Fossil smartwatch. But this time around, I did decide to go with Apple. Like I said, I have a MacBook and I have an iPhone, so to me it kind of just made sense. And I have friends, clients, family members that have Apple Watches that all suggested that I did decide to go with Apple versus Fitbit or Android or anything like that. So when I was looking for smartwatches and I did decide to go with Apple, I really just wanted to focus on the activity portion of it. I am a personal trainer, I work out, this and that, but I wasn't able to record it the way I wanted to. You know, if I was going on a walk or if I was lifting, I wanted to see how many calories realistically I was burning, how much time I spent with it and stuff like that. So that's why I decided that I did want a smartwatch. Obviously, like most smartwatches, you have your basic text calls and things like that. The Fitbit that I had, this was a while ago. With that Fitbit, I was able to see texts, but I wasn't able to respond. Same with phone calls, I want to say. I think I was able to see that somebody was calling me or texting me, but I wasn't able to respond. So just pretty basic features that I was looking for. And I'm also going to talk about the Series 6 a little later on in this video and some of the features that it has to offer and the reason why I decided to go with the Series 3 versus the Series 6. But again, I was looking for a very basic smartwatch, something to record my activity levels, see notifications, things like that. And I would say that that's one of the biggest pros of this Apple Watch. It's pretty simple. There are still features that I haven't figured out about yet or even know that I have, but it's pretty simple. Somebody texts me, somebody calls me, my calendar, my email, all those features can be turned off, but everything is literally right on your wrist. So if I don't feel like pulling out my phone to look up who my next client is or to see who texted me while I was in the middle of a session or something like that, I have everything right on my wrist, which I appreciate. Now you can turn that feature off. Me personally, I like to disconnect from time to time. If you're my friend, you know that my phone is on Do Not Disturb pretty frequently. And I can easily throw my phone on the charger and not see it for a while. So sometimes for me personally, it is annoying to also have all of those things on your wrist. But again, you can turn those features off. So like if I don't want to see my text and my phone calls in that specific moment, just like my phone, I can put Do Not Disturb on my watch or silence it so I'm not getting any type of alert, which I do. But it is a big perk to have those features. You have the option to have those features on your wrist as well. So before I get more into the pros of the watch itself, I want to talk about the sleekness of it. So I'm just going to take it off really quick and show you guys. It's pretty thin. That's the side profile. That's how it looks on the front. I ended up going with the 38mm screen. They also have a 42mm screen, but I was honestly concerned about getting the 42 because I don't have that big of wrists or hands, so I didn't want something that was overpowering my wrist. Even when I have regular faced watches, like if I'm just wearing a regular watch, I usually don't have like super big faced watches, so that's why I went with a 38. I will say I could have gotten the 42. After now seeing that I have the 38, I could have gotten the 42 and I think I would have been okay. So if you are looking to buy an Apple Watch and you're concerned about the face being too big, I would say the 42 wouldn't be super terrible on somebody like me who has a smaller body, but it really is a preference thing. I wouldn't say I'm gonna return this because the screen is so small, but again, I definitely could have went with the 42. So the sleekness of it, I went with the space gray. I believe they had a white, which I was really close to getting, but then I thought about how dirty it would get, so I personally didn't go with the white, but the white did look nice. And they might have even had an all black, but I personally like the space gray aluminum. So they have different color options. Again, the sleekness of it is nice. It's super thin. Another thing that I always have issues with, which is what I was concerned about with this, is the bands on smartwatches usually irritate my wrists. So when I had my Fitbit, I actually had a pretty bad allergic reaction along my wrist. And I was concerned with the Apple Watch that the material that they use on the wristbands was going to be an issue. But again, I've had the watch for about 2 weeks now and I haven't noticed anything yet. So hopefully, I did have a little something on my hand, but I'm thinking it might have been something else. I don't think it's from the watch. So I will continue to monitor and make sure that the band isn't irritating. So if you do have issues like me when it comes to sensitive skin and irritation with something on your wrist all the time, again, I've had this for about 2 weeks now and I haven't noticed anything yet. But again, I'll keep my eye out and let you guys know if something does happen. Okay, and now to me, one of the biggest pros is the activity rings. So again, I have friends, family, clients that always talk about their rings and making sure their rings close for the day and this and that. And I never really understood it until now. So basically, if you've never had an Apple Watch before, you have activity rings that are on your home screen. And basically what it is there's 3 different types of rings. You have your stand ring, your movement ring, and your workout ring. So the goal is for you to close your rings every day. When you first open up your Apple Watch, they're gonna ask you different settings, how tall you are, how much you weigh, and then it gives you an option to do like a beginner, moderate, or like hard levels as to how many calories you wanna burn per day. I wanna say I put mine on a moderate level. And so right now my goal is to burn 560 calories per day. So I basically, when you're looking at your watch, and obviously it has the time and different things like that, but when you're looking at your watch and you're looking at your rings and you're seeing your rings aren't closing, for me personally, I think it's super motivating. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I just finished a 2-week burpee challenge with a group of people, and it was super motivating. Obviously groups and challenges are great because it kind of keeps you accountable, and it was definitely good for me because it kept my cardio up for 2 weeks. But once the challenge was over and I had this Apple Watch, I was like, well, I gotta still make sure I'm closing my rings. So now I'm outside running, which again, anybody who knows me knows that I am not a runner, but lately I've been into running and just doing what I have to do to make sure my rings are closed. I'm also pretty competitive. So if you add friends, they give you an option to, if you have friends, family that also have Apple Watches, you can compete with them and you can basically see whether they're closing their rings or not. So for me, being competitive, if I see somebody else closing their rings and I'm not closing my rings, then that's extra motivational. So again, my biggest thing with getting an Apple Watch was staying accountable for my activity levels. So I think that this does a really great job of keeping me accountable, making sure I'm closing my rings every day, doing what I have to do. There's definitely been nights, it was like 10 o'clock and I was like so close to closing a ring, so I'd get up and move or do something just so that my rings close for the day. Somebody who likes to have that like checklist and making sure you're accomplishing everything throughout the day, this would also be a good thing for you. Because again, you look at your wrist, you see that your rings are either close to being closed or you haven't finished one of your rings yet, and it's super motivational for you to do something to close your rings. So that's why I would say the biggest perk of the app, one of the biggest perks of this Apple Watch is that activity rings feature. Again, I've had Fitbits and things like that, and it definitely monitors what you're doing, but it's nothing like, again, on this home screen, seeing those rings and making sure that you're closing them for the day. There are also a lot of cool features on the watch. I haven't played around with everything, but it has things like some of the apps that I've used so far on here. As a personal trainer, timer has been pretty nice. Again, your calendar is on here, so I put a lot of who I'm seeing on what day on my calendar, so I like to be able to use that. Your basic text calls you get on here, but then they have other fun features like the walkie-talkie app, which I found to be kind of fun. It's literally having a walkie-talkie on your wrist, and if you have family friends who have iPhones, you can add them as your friends, and then it's a click of a button and it's like a walkie-talkie, like an old school walkie-talkie. I also have Spotify. It allows me to turn my music up and down, change songs, stuff like that, which has been cool for my runs and stuff. If I'm in the middle of the run, I don't want to pull out my phone and stuff, I can hit the next song on my watch. I can turn the volume up with the dial on the side if it's too soft or too loud. Starbucks app, which is cool. If you have a Starbucks account and you have money on your card, you can pay for something with your wrist. It also has Apple Pay. I don't personally use Apple Pay, but I would see that as being a pretty effective app. My bank has an app on here. Shazam, I've used that a few times. If I hear a song somewhere that I want to know, I can use my watch. It has a calculator, alarms, Uber, which I haven't used yet, but it's on here, Messenger, Facebook Messenger. And again, I haven't played around with everything, but there's a ton of apps that you can get on here. And just the convenience of, again, having something right on your wrist and not having to think about pulling out your phone is pretty cool. So a lot of features. This is kind of, I don't know if you can really see it, but this is the screen where you can see all your different apps and stuff. And there's so many different apps that you can download and have on your wrist. So let's talk about some of the features of the Series 6. So I'm gonna pull up the list. And again, I did my research. I did the poll on Instagram, but I also did the research just to compare. I don't mind. I'm the type of person where I don't mind spending a little extra money to get something that I really want. So I really was just considering the Series 6, even though it was a lot of extra money. If the features were there and I thought it was worth it, I probably would have spent the extra money to just go with the Series 6. My research, to me, it didn't really make sense for me to have it. Right now, I'm on the Apple website and the Series 6 goes for $399, which, if the features were there, I would have spent $400 on the watch just to have what I wanted. One of the coolest ones that I appreciated was the colors. So they have a red, they have a blue, they have different color options compared to the three. The three, they only had the white, the black, and the space gray. So that was a cool feature, which is why I was considering the 6 just to have a different color. But then I also looked and you can buy bands, which I actually already have bought a different band for this watch, where you can have a different color like around the screen, and then you can have a different band color. So like I got for when I'm out and about, not working out, not stuff like that, I did get like a leather band, and it has rose gold on the sides. So I was like, it's cool that you can get the different colors with the Series 6, but I mean, you can also just buy bands for your Series 3 and have all sorts of different types of colors. Reads blood O2 levels. Guys, for me, that's not important, personally. Now, if you have some type of underlying condition or something like that, where that is something that needs to be monitored on a regular basis, absolutely. But for me personally, spending an additional amount of money to have a blood O2 reader didn't really make sense to me, personally. Now, if you have some type of underlying condition or something like that, where that is something that needs to be monitored on a regular basis, absolutely. But for me personally, spending an additional amount of money to have a blood O2 reader didn't really make sense to me. They updated their sensors. So for this, when I'm working out, sometimes I can see that there's a green sensor that's basically just determining my heart rate and things like that. With the 6, it looks like it has red and green sensors, and it's just a more precise and accurate reading of your blood oxygen levels and different things like that. Again, as long as it's reading my heart rate and it's pretty accurate, and I can also kind of base it based off of what I know, I didn't need the extra sensors, and I didn't need super extra accurate top of the line. To me, that wasn't something that I personally needed. ECG, it also reads with the 6. To me, guys, and I'm not downing Apple, sometimes I think they do things just to have something new come out to make more money. And I felt like with the Apple Watch Series 6 that was an example of that. They have a good product. Obviously, I'm wearing an Apple Watch now, so Apple Watch is a good product, I will say that. But the Series 6 features, to me, didn't add up to what I needed. Now, one of the cool features that I will say, I'm scrolling through it now, is they do monitor your sleep. And I haven't dug into this one yet with my sleep, and I'm usually charging it at night, so I haven't tested that out yet. So leave a comment below actually and let me know, or message me on Instagram if the Series 3 does monitor your sleep, because that's something I haven't played around with yet. But the Series 6 definitely does monitor your sleep. I know lately my sleep has kind of been a little funky. I definitely know how to fall asleep, and then I catch myself waking up for a second in the middle of the night, and then it's usually pretty easy for me to fall back asleep. But I would be curious to see how the readings of my sleep are, again, with how weird my sleep's been lately. It talks about fitness. So when you are doing a workout on your Apple Watch, you should start your workout, and that's the biggest issue I made, so I'll say that now. If you're in the middle of a workout or you're about to do a workout, you definitely want to make sure that you start your workout. So there were definitely a few workouts that I did where I forgot to press on my watch that I was working out, and then it doesn't allow you to fill your workout rings as quickly as you would have if you said you were doing a workout. So on the Series 3, there's a ton of different options: outdoor walk, outdoor run, rower, high intensity interval training, strength training, outdoor cycling, indoor walk, indoor run, indoor cycle, elliptical, stair stepper. They give you a ton of different options. And then they also give you the option to add a workout. With the Series 6, they have a lot more options, like I'm seeing dancing and hiking as options. If you do a lot of different variety types of workouts, you hike, you dance, you ski, you do this, the Series 6 has a lot more options. Again, with the Series 3, you can add workout options. Again, something that I haven't really played around with yet, but the Series 6 does give you a lot more options of what you're doing with your workouts. Looks like it gives you 3 months of Apple Fitness, which looks like a Peloton app or something like that, where it gives you different options if you want to do like a HIIT workout, 30-minute HIIT workout, They have an app. Peloton has an app where you can scroll through their on-demand, and you can also take their live classes. So they give you 3 free months of Apple Fitness, I guess, if you buy it through the Apple website. And I believe that's all of the cool features that I'm seeing. Oh, it looks like you can use your Bitmoji on your watch. Again, not a feature that I really need. Stay connected, which I already have. Apple Pay, Siri, which I have, Maps, which I have. So again, not downing Apple, but me personally, I think sometimes they put out products just so people can say they have the newest and latest thing. But I would say I'm very happy with my Series 3. Did the research, didn't think it was worth it getting the Series 6 for what I was looking for. But again, not downing it. So if some of the features I read off on the Series 6 is something that you need, or something that sounds like something that you would want on your watch, I definitely recommend it. Again, $400 is not a lot if you're getting something that you actually want. So their features for the Series 6 wasn't something that I personally thought I needed, but for $400, you can get some really cool features. So the biggest pro of the Apple Watch Series 3 in 2020 is the price. So like I said before, the Apple Watch Series 6 is running for $399, $400 on the Apple website. I did get my Apple Watch Series 3 through Amazon, and I'm gonna put it in the description below, for $169, guys. Not including taxes, so it added up to more like $180, which to me, under $200 for what you're getting here is a steal. And they give you the option to add protection and stuff like that, which will add up to a little bit more money. But again, for $169, about $180 including taxes, this was worth it. If you want that motivation to stay active, if you want to have the cool features of having a smartwatch, if you want to be able to use your apps, log in your workouts, things like that, it does not hurt to go with the Series 3. Like I said before, if some of the features that I said with the Series 6 is something appealing to you, they have the different color bands, they monitor blood oxygen levels, ECGs, different things like that, then I would definitely go with the Series 6. But to me personally, for the price that I paid and what I was looking for in a smartwatch, the Apple Watch Series 3 was where it was at. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. I want to thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for some more fun. I plan on doing some more reviews, different food reviews, talking about fitness, and how me personally, I've been handling the pandemic and how it's been being in the fitness industry in a pandemic. So let me know again on Instagram or down below if you'd be interested in a video like that. But I do continue to do these reviews. Like I say in my other videos, these review videos are something that I genuinely appreciate doing. And it doesn't seem like it because I don't upload as frequently as I need to be, but it definitely is a process, and that's what I'm learning. The recording part is not, obviously I have to do a few takes and stuff like that. But then when it comes to the editing process, it takes some time. But I am working on setting up my schedule, so I have dedicated times to edit videos, to record videos and stuff like that. So stay tuned for some more fun, some more reviews. Let me know if you have any questions about the Apple Watch Series 3. Again, I'm no pro. I still have so much learning to do, apparently, with this watch. But what I've learned about it so far, I've really appreciated and enjoyed. Again, I'm going to leave down below the video I recorded previously, as well as the link to the Amazon link for where I got the watch. So guys, until next time, I will see you all later. Thank you.